guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, please don't mind my like raspy manly voice right now. Like, I already have a deep voice as is, but I've been so sick the past week. I decided to film today even though I sounded like a grotesque ogre. The main reason why I wanted to get up and film is because I wanted to announce my giveaway winner. I was supposed to announce it last week, but as I mentioned, I was super sick. The winner for last week's giveaway is Melissa Sanchez. So Melissa, thank you so much for entering. Thank you so much for all of you guys who entered. Like, I really wish I could have picked each and every one of you. Melissa, if you want to go ahead and email me your address and all that so I can go ahead and send the giveaway to you as soon as possible. My email is down below in the description box. Definitely stay subscribed and stay tuned because I do plan on doing a lot more giveaways on my channel. Just like little ones here and there because I feel like it's really fun and it's just cool to like give things out. We have that out of the way. Today's video is going to be on this look right here. Super excited because I just got my Pure Cosmetics Creator Palette in the mail. And guys, let me tell you, these shades in here are to die for. I got the insert, but I went ahead and ripped out the insert and just kind of made the palette like a Z palette. But look at the shades in this. So pretty. It comes with 12 shadows and then a highlight and contour. This highlight, do you guys see? So pretty, and the shadows are so creamy, so I could not wait to film a video. Like, let me just swatch some for you really quick. Are you guys witnessing this? If you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, definitely keep on watching. If you do happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see new videos from me each week. Alright, excuse my voice, but we're going to start with this cream shade and the palette here. And I'm just using that to set my entire eye area so that way the shadows blend a little smoother. Next, I'm taking this like very warm, almost orangey brown color. It reminds me a lot of the MAC texture, and I'm just very lightly dipping into these shades because they're very pigmented, starting in the center portion of my crease and then blending it to the inner part of my crease and outer edge. And this is just going to be that initial transition shade so that everything blends nice and smooth. Next, I'm taking this beautiful red brown color with a more dense blending brush. This is one of the blending brushes that came in the BH Crystal Quartz brush set. And I'm putting that deeper in my crease just to give it a little bit more depth and definition. Again, starting in the center portion of my crease and then buffing it to the inner corner and outer corner. But I want to keep most of that depth in the center. Since I do have more hooded eyelids, it just gives a little bit more definition from my crease and my lid when I start by applying the most definition in that center portion. And then going back with the initial blending brush and just softening the edges. Next, I'm taking my Too Faced glitter glue. You can use any sort of glitter glue. I'm basically just taking a pea-sized amount in the back of my hand, then dipping my MAC 242 brush into it and patting it all over my lid. I'm putting this first, that way when I go into the cream shades, they show up super pigmented. I found that with this palette, they have like actual glitter flexes in it. So by using the glitter glue, it just shows up and gives that glitter like the most pop. So I applied one side with the MAC 242, and then on the other side I went in with my finger, and I found that by applying it with your finger it goes on so much smoother and so much more pigmented. And guys, can we talk about this beautiful olive green color? So pretty, and it has like gold flexes in it. Love it. And then I'm just cleaning up the edges using that initial blending brush, and then I'm going back into my smaller blending brush with that red brown color and just using that to kind of soften up the edges of that green shadow so that it's nice and smooth. I'm now adding a little bit more of that glitter glue and just putting that on the center portion of my lid. And then this time I'm going to take that yellow greenish gold color. I'm going to pat that right over top of where I placed that glitter glue, and it's going to give even more pop and dimension to the eye. I love the way these colors look layered together. It's just so pretty and just really enhances the look. Then again, I'm just going to soften up the edges of that color by just taking that initial blending brush so that there are no harsh edges. Then I'm going to take some more of that same yellow, green, gold, I don't even know what kind of color this is, and I'm putting that on that inner corner. And these colors just show up so pigmented. Like, I placed that on that first part of my eye with no Fix Plus or glitter glue, and it's just so pretty. I'm taking that initial cream, almost like matte bone color, just using that to highlight under my brow bone and kind of blend out the edges of my transition shades. And then I'm going to take this shimmery white color. I'm going to take that with a very small defined brush and just put that at the highest point of my brow bone to give it that pop. And then I'm going to go back in with the other blending brush and just soften up the edges of the shimmer shade. For concealer, I'm trying out my new Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer. Let me tell you, this baby is so full coverage, like it's insane. But what I liked most about it is that it's very full coverage, kind of like the Tarte Shape Tape, but not nearly as drying or mattifying, which I loved. It's like not too sticky, not too matte. It went on perfectly. So I'm just putting this all over the places that I would normally highlight, and I'm also using it to clean up the edges of my eyeshadow. To set the under eye, I'm trying out this new Hourglass loose powder. So nice. This, like, oh my gosh, I love it. It really brightens up the under eye. The powder is so fine, and I also used it kind of to push up on the pores on my cheeks, and it really smoothed everything out. Next, I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury powder, and I'm just using that to set the outer perimeter of my face. I also just picked up this powder just because I feel like I've seen this everywhere and I wanted to finally try it, and now I know what people have been raving about. It really is just so finely milled and like smooths out the skin beautifully. I'm going to dip into the contour shade. I'm going to use that on my cheekbones. This contour is so buttery and pigmented that you just need to barely dip in your brush and you get so much color payoff. At first, I thought that it was like getting patchy, but then I realized I just picked up too much product, and then once you blend it out, it just blends beautifully. To me, it almost goes on the skin like a cream. That's how smooth it is. So I'm putting this on my cheekbones, down my jawline, on my forehead, and then I'll also use it to contour my nose. Then to contour my nose, what I like doing is kind of blending it into my eyeshadow so that way the line doesn't just start out of thin air. And I really like the shade of this contour color because it's not too cool tone to where it looks almost gray on the nose, but it's definitely not too warm. It's like the perfect neutral brown. So I will definitely be grabbing for this shade to contour my nose. Like, it's perfect. Next, I'm taking the highlight in the palette, which is to die for. Do you guys see this? Like, it is such a gorgeous, almost like champagne gold. I'm obsessed. I'm taking that same highlight and I'm going to use a smaller brush to highlight down the tip of my nose as well. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of that in the inner tear duct of the eye just to really highlight it and brighten up that portion of the eye look. Next for blush, I'm taking my MAC Mineralized Blush in Warm Soul. Guys, if you don't have this blush, get it. It is so beautiful. Next, I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury powder once again and just doing a light buff of that all over the skin. This is just gonna fuse everything together and help it so that the blush, highlight, and contour isn't too harsh and it just goes on really smooth. For my brows, to set them in place, I'm actually just gonna take some hairspray, spray up my spoolie, and then just run that through my brows like you would with regular brow gel. I've been doing this so much lately and I promise you it works. For my lower lash line, I'm just taking a brown eye kohl and smudging that really close to my lower lashes, like literally right over top of the lower lashes. You can take any brown pencil, then you're just going to want to take a smaller smudging brush and then lightly buff that out. And I'm buffing that out with that same red brown that was in the palette just to soften it up. I'm then going to take that more orangey light brown that we first used in the crease and then putting that, and then taking a fluffy blending brush and just running that over top so that nothing is too harsh. I find that this gives you the perfect smoked out lower lash line without being too blown out or too harsh, because on me, I just don't like that look. And then to highlight that inner third of the eye, I'm just dipping back into my cheek highlight and popping that on that first third of the lower lash line. I'm pretty much going to mimic the same thing on my top lashes, just starting out by rubbing that brown eye kohl literally like right over top of my lashes, taking that red brown shade of the palette and then smudging out the edges of the brown. I'm now going in with a black eye kohl and I'm going to tight line my lashes with that and keeping that like below that initial brown. And then to really give my eye that depth and definition, I'm taking my Physicians Formula eye pen and I'm just putting that right literally like on top of my lash line, pretty much on top of the lashes, just to give the slightest bit of depth without like doing a legit harsh line. Because for some reason I haven't been into like wing liner or like a super thick liner. Like, I don't know, I like the more like blown out soft look. So just focus that really on the base of the lashes. I'm going to take that same black eye kohl and I'm going to run that in my inner waterline just to give a little bit more smokiness to the lip. To line my lips, I'm taking my MAC Mahogany lip pencil, and this has seriously become one of my favorite lip pencils of all times. It's just such a pretty, like very warm brick brown tone. And then for my lipstick, I'm taking the BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Serena. Cannot tell you how much I love the formula of the BH Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. They are $5. The color selection is beautiful, and this color right here has like become my go-to summer peachy nude. It's just so pretty, not too drying either. They're just like thin. Oh, I love it. And then to top that off, I'm taking my Pure Cosmetics lip gloss in Apple Jacks, and this just really tops everything off because it has like green gold flexes in it that really tie into the eyes. For lashes, I'm taking the new Pure Cosmetics Pro Eyelashes in Socialite. These lashes are amazing and you can use them up to 30 wears. And this is the completed look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!